A cat? Seriously? That is so basic. What's up, kitty cats? Welcome to my channel. My name's Jordy if you don't know me, and this is my entry for round 2 of the Face Awards, and the theme is Animal Kingdom. If you like my hairless cat look, don't forget to vote. You can vote 3 times a day at faceawards.com. Let's get started. First, I need to slick my hair down so that I can be bald, and to do that I'm using the Redken 22 sculpting paste. Now I'm putting my bald cap over my hair and trimming off some of the excess and sticking it down with spirit gum. Of course, I need to also cover my brows because hairless cats have no hair, so I'm just gluing them down, and I also put a little bit of wax over top of them to make them really smooth. Next, using the NYX SFX powder to set my eyebrows and a little bit on my bald cap. To prime my face, I'm using the NYX Angel Veil Primer. Then I'm going to throw down a base of foundation using the NYX Invincible Foundation in the shade Light, and I'm using sponges to blend that out, and I'm also mixing it with some of the Pro Foundation Mixer in the shade White. And I'm just gonna put that all over my face, all over the bald cap, gonna cover those brows, just getting naked. The brows were showing through the foundation, so I decided they needed a little bit of color correcting, and I used orange to cancel out the bluish gray tones, and I just used a shadow from one of the NYX Ultimate palettes. Then going over top of that with the NYX HD Studio Photogenic Concealer in the shade Porcelain. Using that same concealer, I'm going to do under my eyes, my nose, my forehead, and other places that needed to be concealed. Next, I went back in with the same mix of those 2 foundations that I used earlier, just to make flawless, hairless skin. I also needed to cover the remainder of my bald head. Back in with the SFX powder and the number 21 brush, I'm powdering my whole face and head and under eye and everywhere. Now I'm adding some spirit gum to my upper lip because I went ahead and made myself a cat lip out of gel. In case you don't know what I'm talking about when I say spirit gum is just a really strong special effects adhesive. I also covered that with latex so it's not so slippery and shiny. Using the NYX Highlight and Contour Pro palette, I'm going to start contouring my eyes and my nose and my cheeks, mapping out where my kitty cat smile will be. Also shading around my mouth to add some depth. My favorite part, putting on my huge cat ears that I made out of paper mache and sticking them down with spirit gum. Using the same gel that I made my mouthpiece out of, I also made a bunch of wiggly worms to look like wrinkles. So I'm just gluing them onto my forehead, on my bald cap, using spirit gum again. Also throwing some of those wrinkles down on the sides of my mouth because my hairless cat has the wrinkliest smile of all time. I covered all of the gel pieces in liquid latex again, and while I'm waiting for that to dry, I'm going to cover my chest piece. I cannot believe the coverage of the NYX Gotcha Covered Concealer. Do you see how much it covered my tattoo? I was blown away. Then using the SFX set powder to set all of the concealer on my chest. My boyfriend said he didn't even recognize me without my chest tattoo. After discovering the magic of that concealer, I decided to use my 22 brush and stipple that over all of the gel pieces on my face. And using the SFX powder again to set the concealer. Wow, lots of variety in this tutorial there, Jord. Going back in with the NYX Highlight and Contour Pro Palette, I did a little bit of shading in between all the wrinkles, adding depth and whatnot. Then I switched it up to a cream contour kit and did a little bit more detail work. After I blended that out, I decided it was a little bit too dark, so I grabbed a little bit of concealer on that brush and just blended it out and lightened it all up. My face was in need of a few more wrinkles, said no woman ever, so I used the NYX SFX paint in brown to slap some more wrinkles on. Next, using my NYX Jumbo Pencil in Milk to highlight my wrinkles and really make them pop, which feels so wrong to say. Then I grabbed my foundation brush that still had some product on it and just blended out all of the harsh lines of the wrinkles. Moving on to the cat eye look, first I'm going to use my Jumbo Eye Pencil in the shade Bronze to map in a little bit of crease action. And then using the Jumbo Eye Pencil in Black Bean, obviously I gotta put on a huge wing. A huge one. For the lower liner, I just used a small brush to pick up some of that Black Bean pencil, and I brought the liner quite far down to give the illusion of a bigger eye. To also help that illusion, I'm filling in the gap with the same brush, but with the white Jumbo Pencil. To do some blending and shading, I'm using one of the NYX Ultimate palettes, and I'm picking up that deep red and blending out some of that on the lower lid and over top of the liner to make it really smoked out. Also using that same shadow to add some coloring to my lip and nose. To draw in a few more face wrinkles, I'm using a small brush and the light brown shadow from the NYX Ultimate palette. And since I am a pretty kitty, next I went in with the NYX Primal Color in Hot Pink and added it to my nose and my lips and my cheeks. To sketch in my nose, I used the NYX Gel Pencil Liner in Brown. And then using that deep red shade again, I added a little bit of contouring to my chest because it was looking very naked. Mostly because I am a creature of habit, I highlighted my nose and cheekbones with the shimmery white shade from the palette. My hairless cat is perfect and amazing, but also very lumpy, so I thought it would be fun to add some pearls as my fancy cat lumps. As you may know, I do incorporate freckles into almost every look, and this one is no different. So using the NYX Glitter Primer, I stuck itty bitty little pearls across my nose and cheeks. My nose was looking much too dark, so I went in with my Jumbo Pencil in Milk and just lightened it up. Next, I grabbed my pearls, I covered some more of my tattoos, and then I hopped into my pink fuzzy chair for some snuggles with my kitty cat. I couldn't help but wonder if he thought I looked exceptionally beautiful. Thank you guys so much for watching my hairless cat transformation. Was it predictable? Did you guys know I was gonna do a hairless cat? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to vote 3 times a day at faceawards.com. Tell your mom, tell your friends, tell your mans, and let's get to the next round. I love you guys.